Hi and welcome to Challenge the Road. We've got some updates for you on JLR and the meeting call I had with them this week, so I want to run through that with you. But first, I just want to go through the MD's video. I put that up on here for you to see. There is the main video as well. There was a link to that on the description. I had a couple of bits, and basically what I did was on the call is I just went through some bits on the video that I saw with some members from JLR to go through what my feelings were, what I think should happen. But just having a look at the video from my point of view, I could see that maybe the way he was sitting, the way he was talking, I know it seemed a little bit contrived. I know he's got answers on the iPad and different bits. I think maybe sort of if I was doing that meeting, I'd maybe look a bit more urgent in how I was sitting. If you're sitting back, you're all relaxed, I would be more on the front foot saying we want to get this done. You've got to just maybe a little bit more positive. And I can see by the comments that it's come across okay, but maybe it needed that little bit more. But what I did was, and I've just got some notes here, I went through with them some of the points Patrick raised. Now, Patrick said that historically they'd spent £10 million on this enhancement. So I just wondered, like, you know, what's the budget now? What's happening there? And he said 80% of Range Rover Sports had the enhancement done, but he didn't know the numbers on other models. And I thought that was like a real key point, because at the end of the day, we got to get to an end. We've got to get to a point where hopefully there's enough cars being done that the premiums come down and the cars stop depreciating as fast as they are. Now, the conversation was, I said to them, really, we just need to break this down into sort of 2 or 3 points, and I'll go through them, and then try and every time I call you or we go through this meeting, which we have been doing weekly, and in fairness to them, they are keeping me up to date every couple of days, and then I can get that information, then relay it back to you. But basically, I said to them, the key really is the number of vehicle enhancements from 2018 to 22, how many have been done and how many are left to do. They couldn't give me that, which is fine. I don't know if that's difficult to get or whichever way, but obviously that leads to a further question down the line of how we're going to get to the older models. So, and in fairness to him, he did say they are going to look at older models. He also said on there that none had been stolen this way since upgrade. So that means the ones that have had this enhancement have not been stolen, which is great news, good news. I said as well that, you know, it would be better, I think, if we had more information on what cars have been updated and haven't, and I think it's a little bit maybe wish-washy, and I've sort of figured that out a bit, but a bit later on we'll go through that, because I feel like some of you guys are going in and they're saying there's no update due, and then I think that later on sometimes it is then due, and I don't know if that's due to them not having enough room to do it, or the information they've got's not quite right, or they're just holding you back, maybe. So I put that to them, and I'll just go through these other bits. So I said to them, there's real concern Land Rover dealers are not helping enough with the enhancement, and that's just because a lot of your comments are saying that. So I put that to them on the software update. Now, I wanted to get to a point where we could understand how we're going to go forward. And I said to them that, how are you managing this? I can't quite get my head around it, because in his video it said, I encourage you to go and get this enhancement done, which means potentially every 2018 to 22 Land Rover owner, which in fairness would probably overwhelm the whole system because it's a huge amount of cars. So I said to them, look, how is this letter going out? So at the moment, the letter is only going out to people in the highest stolen areas, and also the customers with the most level of trim or the most stolen type of model. So that might be that it's a Range Rover Autobiography SVR, for example. So that's where the first lot of letters have gone. So basically, if you're not maybe in the, that area, you're not actually getting a letter, which is fine, because We can see that people are getting better quotes and stuff because it's starting to come down a little bit. Now, the upgrade only takes 20 minutes. I'd heard it had taken a lot longer than that, so I'm really pleased. I know some of you have commented, which is great, to say it's 20 minutes. They also said that you can use Land Rover Assist, and they are going out and doing this upgrade at your home. And I said, well, is that sort of a better way of doing it sometimes than the dealers, who may be saying no just because they haven't got enough room or are not quite as joined up as I think they could be? So they said, yes, if you've got Land Rover Assist, they will come and do it. And I've got some messages, actually. I saw some on Facebook, people saying that they have been doing it that way and they come out and it was 20-minute fix, which is brilliant for us, really good. So the other points I had for them, and at the end, I need you to stay on the video, because at the end I had a bit of an idea while I was on the call with them, which we need to go through. So JLR Insurance, they said they've done 7,500 quotes. I wanted to see how many had gone ahead. I couldn't get that info. It's a secondary prestige product. So really, in a lot of ways, this is for people who maybe want the highest spec insurance. So it is going to be a bit more, and they've got lots of perks from doing that. And it's to help people who've had this insurance problem. I said on the second point, customers with no insurance option going forward, I can't get my head around how that works. And I explained it in a way. I said it's a bit like, you've got an Apple phone and now you're telling that you can't use it on a network and you just got to sell it. It doesn't quite make sense. And I've asked them for more information on that. And I've just left that with them. I said, well, what security options could these people be adding to get an insurance quote that's reasonable? So I've asked for some info on that. And then, as the usual question, when would older models be available for the enhancement? And they said they've got to finish this phase 1. So, and I'll give you my idea of getting phase 1 quicker. So I said to them, okay, how does this work? She said, well, we're contacting obviously people in this highest, most stolen areas or most vulnerable to theft. I said, fine. Okay, so those letters are going out. I said, can we move it quicker? Could you give me the postcodes or areas that are the most vulnerable? You guys maybe fill in a form. I'll direct that form straight to JLR and we do it quicker, because I don't think they can contact everyone. I think it has to, they're looking at probably the original owner of the car. It might have gone 4, 5, 6 times down the line to different owners. They don't know who the owners are. The owners are not getting this letter. So I think that would be better to do, and I think we should do that. So I've asked them for the postcodes and areas. Then what I would ask you to do is you put in your name, your details, your reg number, maybe chassis number. They then contact you directly and say, yes, we want you to have the enhancement. This is where you need to go or what to do. So then we're not left in limbo there, and we need to move it quicker. Insurance companies, they also group your postcodes in A to F rating, F being the worst. So I thought, well, if I can get ahead of this, I have to look up where all these F ratings are. I couldn't find it, to be fair, before this video. But I thought, well, let's let JLR come back to us. They seem quite up for that. We can then, give them the info and they can do it quicker. So that's really where I am. I think it was a good call. I'm seeing them again this week. One, I'm going to try the latest Range Rover. I'm going to put that with a 2019 and probably with a 2016 and do a video about security options for all the model range. And I really need one of their products here to get, to understand this Guardian app and how it works. And then I can do videos on that for you. So we're going to do that. So yeah, I hope that helps you. And obviously I took a bit of time to do this video from putting out their video on our channel. But yeah, I think it's positive. I think we're moving forward. I'm just doing it in a logical way. Let's just knock things down one at a time, It's not going to happen overnight. And then we can build on that. And then hopefully we can bring these residuals back, lower insurance down for you guys, and then really help you. So yeah, so please like, share, subscribe. If you can share this one, it'll really help, because I think if we can get this form on these postcodes, we're going to move this a lot quicker. I'll put a bit more in the description for you as well, and I'll see you again soon.